All righty, guys. Thanks for jumping on. There's not many of you, but some more might join us as we get along. But I'll get this started. And what I'm going to go through now is the the whole travel portal and the discounts involved there through Nelo Life. The next Zoom that I've got in a few hours will be all about the trading side of things. I've still got my Future FX community picture up. I should change that to Nelo for these calls, but I'm throwing all the Future FX benefits in at no extra cost, so it doesn't matter too much, I guess. I'll put my face up, that might be better. How can I concentrate with that big-eyed bunny rabbit, Selena? Anyway, I'm just going to share my screen. Because Nelo Life have so many really good presentations and trainings going on all the time, I haven't really got around to putting one together myself. Or I did start, but there's not much to it yet. But I just going to go through a couple of quick dot points showing what Nelo Life is all about, and how you can make and save you money. Okay, so first of all, what Nelo Life is, it's a company that have a membership. It's no different to any other membership, like a gym membership. You pay a fee, monthly or weekly fee, to be a member of the gym, and you get access to all of their equipment and workouts and everything like that. Same sort of thing, but we don't have fitness and workout, but same sort of membership basis, and it's $59 per month. Now, one way you can earn money is through having extra funds invested in PAM accounts, which I'm really not going to get into on this Zoom call. That'll be the one I do in 3 hours' time. It'll be all about the trading side of things, but you can just read those as we go along if you want. Just to quickly touch on it, though, the PAM account, or what a PAM account is, first of all, I didn't want to get into what PAM accounts were. It's just a fully managed trading account, so you don't need to know anything about trading. But the one that Nelo are introducing into their list of products has been averaging over 5% profit per month for well over 2 years now. But I'll get into it in more detail. My own personal Future FX PAM account, it's only a much newer one, so it doesn't have that long-term history to back it up yet, but it's been averaging over 15% per month. But as I said, it doesn't have the history to back it up, whereas the other one does. Nelo Life have a referral program, and the Zoom call I do in 5 hours' time today will be all about that, really. So we'll get into it then. But really, I think when anybody starts any sort of a business or investment or whatever it may be, the first step is to try and get yourself into a position where it's not costing you anything. So when, the expense of this business per se is $59 per month. So you need to make your earnings, or at least your savings, exceed that so that it's not costing you. That's the very first number one step. And with the referral program, if you referred 3 people, you would make $75 straight up. And then there would be some residual commissioned every month after that. But as I said, we'll get into that on the third Zoom for today. And this number 6 is what this Zoom call is going to be all about. And it's about accommodation and travel discounts. So I wanted to go through a little bit about how accommodation bookings, pricings, and travel actually works in the world, just so you understand how Nelo can offer such great discounts. And they are great discounts. They actually are a much bigger discount than I was expecting them to have. But in the day and age that we live in now, if somebody's going to go on holidays, if they're going to some other town or whatever, and they need to book accommodation, 99% of people will jump on one of the different booking websites like Trivago, Booking.com. There's quite a few of them now. And the reason they do that is because it's very easy to do. All the different motels are listed there with all the discounts, and it's very easy to compare prices and pick what suits you best. So if let's look at it from the other side of it. If you're a motel or a resort, you sort of have to be like all of those things like Trivago and Booking.com. They basically all have the same database of motels and various accommodations. And if you're one of those motels, you basically have to be in that database. Otherwise, you're missing out on a lot of bookings. The vast majority of your bookings at the motel come through one of those booking websites. So you have to be. It's not a if but or maybe. If that's your business as a motel, you have to be on that database. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out. To be on that database, you have to offer some certain concessions, and basically that equates to discounts. So if I was to go to a motel website, like if I wanted to go to, the Ville Casino Resort in Townsville, if I went to their website and booked a room, it would be dearer than if I went to booking.com and booked exactly the same room. And that's because that's one of the concessions that motel's making in order to be on that database. So that's nothing to do with Nelo. That's just how things work in this day and age. Now, Trivago, Booking.com, they're extremely successful businesses in their own right. And they're all about booking accommodation. Even though they don't own any accommodation themselves, they make a fortune out of, just having that database available to people and making commissions and concessions through the motels. They don't make any money off us as a customer. They make it all out of the discounts that the motels have to give them as that concession for being in the database. It's a little bit like Netflix. They don't own any movies, but they make a fortune from making movies available for you to view. That's one of the best business models in the world these days. Just that online business where you don't actually own anything, you just organise stuff to be easier for people. But getting back to Nelo are using, like Trivago and Booking.com, essentially the same database of motels and resorts and everything. But unlike Booking.com that are making money from that, Nelo don't make any money from the travel portal and the discounts and concessions that the motel rooms make. So we're getting it as cheap as possible. Okay, so how Nelo make money? They're making all their money from this $59 per month. That's where their money comes from. It's as simple as that. They don't make any money from the travel portals, and they have some health products that aren't available in Australia, only in the US at the moment. They're sold at wholesale cost. Nelo don't make any money when you purchase those products, so that's why we're able to get them at such a discount. The PAM trading account, they don't take a cut out of that at all. We're just getting that at the base rate. So Nelo make all their money from that $59 per month. That's why Nelo's accommodation travel portal discounts are better than the other ones like Trivago, Booking.com, and whatever there may be. And even I've been doing a lot of comparisons lately, and I haven't found one where it hasn't been cheaper. Some haven't been cheaper by a lot. Some of them was like a 40% discount compared to Booking.com. So there can be a big range of things. And this is true for all of the booking sites, not just Nelo. But if you get out into the more country, rural areas, quite often you'll find the discounts aren't as big, or those motels aren't actually listed at all, just because it's not quite as necessary for rural motels. But yeah, so that's why Nelos are actually better, simply because they're not taking a cut. They don't need to make money out of the bookings we make through their travel portal. So I'm going to the rest of my slide. They're all about trading and the compensation plan and that. So I'm not going to get into that on this Zoom. But what I will do is share my screen again. Get out of this. I might go on Facebook because that's what we all do these days. So this Facebook group, Teach, Travel, Transform, that's it's all about Nelo. It's all about their travel side of things. But you don't have to be a member to join this Facebook group. So any of you guys can jump on this Facebook group and check it all out. But I'm just on here myself just to go through and share some of the posts that people are making. So through the travel portal, in addition to it's not just accommodation. There's car rentals, cruises, what they call life perks, which was what this one is. So life perks are things like concert and sporting event tickets. Although this isn't available in Australia at the moment, simply because the perks, the sporting events and concerts are all US based ones at the moment. But like this company's only been going for 1 month, so they're still incorporating a lot of things. I have no doubt that the life perks will expand into other countries pretty soon. But this guy has just taken his him and his daughter have gone to the baseball, and I think it's baseball. I'm not sporty enough. Looks like baseball to me. That's a diamond. But so the tickets to the Angels team site were $137 each. Through the Nelo Life portal, they got them for $43 each. So saved a couple $100. So, like absolutely huge savings. What else can we find? There's a lot of posts that aren't interesting. I'll take you to my own travel portal itself, and if you guys want to compare some prices on any particular motels that you know of, we'll do that shortly. But so this lady here, she's saying she always wanted to visit Lawrence Welk Village in California, but it was $350 a night, so it was a bit out of her budget. But through the Nelo portal, she was able to get a whole villa at the same resort for $161 a night. So yeah, that's basically even more than half price. So $190 a night cheaper through the Nelo portal. Now there's some extreme examples of 40 and 50% discounts and everything. and I like there's just if you go to, I won't go through all of them, but if you go to this Facebook group yourself and have a look at them all, there's just heaps and heaps of them. What's this one got? So here she is. She's booked some accommodation and she saved $580. That's basically 10 months worth of Nelo Life membership, all saved on one little holiday. You'll find others in there where people have saved over 1,000. But I won't bore you and go through all of them. Did anyone have any questions about any of that at the moment? You might have to unmute yourself to talk, but I've done plenty of talking. You guys can have a go.
Hey, Les, those weeks where you can go under weeks, is that price for the entire week or is that the day or how many days you're staying?
No, that's for the week. But the only thing you got to, what Cindy's talking about here is this is actually my Nelo Life account and my Nelo Life travel portal. So you can go to the hotels and Obviously, that's where you do all the normal booking for accommodations. You can book cruises through here. You can book car rentals through here. Um, Life perks aren't available to me because I'm not in the US. Meetings and groups, meetings, if you just want to, if you've got a meeting and you need to book a venue for that meeting, you can do it through their groups. If you've got a whole group of people, um, you get even better discounts by booking as a big group. But the weeks, we'll have a look at it. I sort of think of it a little bit like, I forget the word, but if you can't just book a single night's accommodation, it's like it says it's for a week. But what Cindy was just asking was, is this for, because what will we go to? Doesn't matter where we go, but we'll just pick one. You get the option of just typing in where you want to go. You get a map as well. So it doesn't have, you can't just pick any resort anywhere in the world. You can't always just pick the dates you want as well. So you've got to actually look and see what discounts they have going at the moment. But if you wanted to type in a destination, I don't know, where's something exciting? Uh, doesn't matter. Canary Islands, I saw them there before. And Cindy was asking, was these prices for the whole week or just for the day? Because it could be for the day because that's how cheap they are, but it's not. It's actually telling you the whole week's price. So, for example, here you could get a room here in Cala Blanca, and the price is $198 for the week. Now, there is a little catch here. Um, Even though it's called the weeks, it's not always a full week. Sometimes it's sort of between 4 and 7 days usually. So you do need to click on it and see exactly what the offer is. Um, and also they do get booked out. So you may need to sort of plan in advance as well. But usually if you can, book a couple of months in advance, you can get the very best rates. But so 4 nights is 317. I know it says 198 there. That's because you're just getting the most earliest available date. If we scroll right down, it looks like there are none of the actual $198 ones left. So it's 275 for 4 nights. But let's pick another one. So like I said, that particular offer is for 4 nights. This one here that I've just clicked on, the Fairways Club, they look like they're all 7 night ones. So here you can get between May 21st and May 28th, you can book 7 nights for $299. And you can see how they're even much, much larger savings than just booking individual accommodation yourself. So I need my calculator. So that works out at $42 per night if you book a week. And we can, jump in here and check out what it all looks like and everything as well. These ratings are out of 5, so 3.9 is pretty good. Just like any booking agent or excuse me website, you can just scroll through and see pictures of the resort, what it looks like. So it's like a villa. So you got the whole kitchen. Look, it's got an oven, sink, cooktop. So it's not just a motel room. Oh, look, they even fold the towels like swans. That's awesome. But anyway, yes, so you can't argue the fact that $42 a night's a rather decent price. But yeah, so that's what the week the week section is all about. You can they have different offers all over the world, of course. So even for me in Australia, there is. I was looking there before. There we go. That's better. Get rid of that. So here we go. We've got not a lot of different ones, but we've got a couple all around Australia. I looked the other day actually, and they had Port Douglas and that there, but um, we can zoom in and we can see there are numerous different venues where you can book the whole week. Let's see what sort of prices we can get for this one here. 7 nights for $1,081. This is like a 4.4 rating out of 5, so it's a pretty smick sort of a place. But yeah, some of them are extremely cheap, like almost too cheap to believe. Others, they're still reasonably expensive, but they are sort of the 5-star resort type things as well. But you have to sort of play around and go through it all. And the way I would be thinking of using the actual Wix listing, like you use the motel tab. Let me try and get back to that. You can use it like if you have to go to a specific city at a specific time, you just click on the hotels and you would click on hotels and you'd book what you wanted. If you were, say, in 3 months' time, you were going to take a family holiday, but you didn't really have a specific destination in mind, if you jumped on the Wix and scrolled around, you could find a really nice place in an exotic location that you've never been to before. Might not have even thought about going to before, but because once you jump on here and you have a look and it's extremely cheap and it's in a rather exotic location, that to me would be a good way of picking a holiday destination. And I'll jump on the hotels one here as well and show you, and it'll look exactly like it. Not exactly, but it'll have all the same sort of information and everything as all the other booking sites like Trivago.com and Booking.com. Trivago, Booking.com. Just being slow. Being slow, but slowly getting there. My internet would be slow just because I'm trying to record this in. So while this is slowly loading, I might actually just start it all again. For some reason, it's not loading. Have you logged in and looked at the Nelo shop yet, Cindy? It should be available to you now, and you should have
Yes, I have. I have. They've got
10
I don't
products, I believe.
recognize them. Yes, they've got 10 products. They've got like vitamin C. I'm trying to get my computer's a little slow too. Here we go. Yeah, they've got Life C Vegan D3 spray, um, and Life
Whatever
C
that is.
Natural Vitamin C, CQ10, magnesium, a multivitamin, coffee, essential coffee.
Was there? It was
Mm,
there.
gee.
I'll try and track down some posts in the Facebook group in a minute because I was seeing before that that essential coffee. Uh, I forget. I think it was the essential coffee. Maybe it wasn't. There was one product. I don't think it was. There was one product in there that they were comparing. If you just went online and purchased it, it was $72. Buying it through the Nelo shop was $37. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
so you're getting it. You're getting those health products only in the US at the moment, though. You're getting them at wholesale price, and it's for the same reason. Normally, you've got the wholesaler that distribute the products out to the shops. The shops put a markup on it and sell that to us. Whereas with
Mm,
the wholesalers distribute it to Nelo, and Nelo pass it on to us without any markup because they're not making money from marking up any of the products. They're just making all of their money from that $59 membership fee. So that's why it's cheaper through Nelo as well.
gotcha. Do you know who Life C is? Like who that manufacturer is? I'm
I
just
don't
curious.
myself. No, I haven't even had a chance to really look yet. Um, I guess you can Google that up though and find out. I've only just
Mhm.
recently, in the last sort of 2 or 3 days ago, released those products and opened up the life shop. So I don't know too much yet, and particularly because it's not available to me, I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, the Nelo Life travel portal, you can you know type in where you want to go. Um, I'll go my hometown, Townsville, Australia. And update search. All right, and so we get like this is just for my hometown of Australia and Townsville in Australia, and that's just if you wanted to book a motel tonight because I have the dates here. But if we go, further ahead um, into the future, obviously there's more options available. Yeah, so now we've got a lot more options available. The one thing you do need to keep in mind though is this is displaying in US dollars. But these are the basic rates. If you go to this motel, go to their website or walk in their front door, you'd be paying $99 per night. If you book through here, it's $55 per night. Now, mind you, if you go to booking.com, it will be cheaper than $99, but a little more expensive than 55. I it's quite interesting, Cindy, if you jump on here yourself and just compare some prices through whatever booking site you would normally use and compare it to what you can get through Nelo. I've been doing it for quite a few different people. It was actually almost amusing. I was comparing some prices for a friend that's traveling around Vietnam at the moment, and I jumped on to compare some prices for her. And a lot of the accommodation, excuse me, in Vietnam was for for $9 and $10 a night. Just, you get used to looking at these sort of prices per night in Australia and the US, but you go to Vietnam and you can get rooms for $9 and $10 a night. Just amusing. That's why people go there on holidays, I guess, much cheaper. But yeah, so as you can see, my whole point of being here was that there is every bit as an extensive range of motels and resorts as there is on any other booking website. So all these are just in Townsville. But what I will do, if I can find where it went to, so this is our Townsville Casino Resort. Cheapest room we can get $154. That's US. I'll just do a quick calculation. And 49 cents. That's $233 Australian. And if I go to booking.com, compare the price. Better pick the same dates. I think I picked the 20th to the 21st. I think that's what I picked. Close enough. And I'll pick. It's a bit hard. You got to pick exactly the same nights and everything. Well, let's try it a bit better like this. We'll go to the Townsville Rill Resort. And so 20th to the 21st of June. Okay, we'll find King Room with Marina View. We'll find that on Nelo. Good. My dog's talking to the neighbours. Okay. Okay, King Room with Marina Views. All right, so nightly rates 133, which is 201 Australian. So that's not a very big savings. It's only $8 or $9 per night savings on that one. But that's probably the smallest savings I've ever found. Others you will see much larger savings. But it's a matter of, like anything, it's a matter of going through. Any savings good, but so I've got a friend that's been booking a motel room almost every night in the Townsville area, and his biggest saving was $65 for one night. Um, but yeah, it all changes, and particularly if you can book ahead, you'll get much bigger discounts. The only real thing to keep an eye on is make sure you're looking at exactly the same room, because each motel has um, you know a lot of different rooms. So make sure you're booking a single room or a double room or one with the marina view, because they'll be all different prices. So you just got to make sure you're not comparing a deluxe room with a standard room and thinking you're getting a discount, but you're not. Um, I'll just excuse me for a second. So I'll just do a couple more comparisons for you. But if anybody ever wants to jump on Zoom and go through some specific comparisons of motels that you might be looking at going to yourself, um, we can definitely do that. I'm keen to do that so I can get more comparisons for a lot of different areas myself. But here we've got the Ridges, South Bank, Townsville, same dates. And this is through booking.com. A deluxe king room, total price is $143. Now through the Nelo website, same dates. Deluxe king is $69.99. Oops, that's US though. That takes it up to 105. The one thing you've got to do though is this is in US dollars, and they also haven't added on any taxes and fees yet. So you got to click on book now, and then they add the taxes and fees. So the total price is going to be 83.41 per night, which is 126 Aussie dollars, which is that's a savings of $17 per night compared to booking.com. So not a huge saving, but still worthwhile. You'd only need to stay there about 3 nights to cover your $59 membership. Let's see what else I can find to compare. Okay, so I'll just try the Hyatt Regency in Brisbane, and just a different city here in Australia. And their basic queen room. They have queen rooms, basic ones without a view, and they have queen rooms with a queen rooms, just the basic, and down here further they have somewhere queen room with a river view, which is a bit more expensive. So we'll just go off the basic queen room. The cheapest is $359. We go over onto the Nelo, that's through booking.com. We'll go into the Nelo website, and their basic queen room. That was the other one they had, queen room. with the city view, without the river view though. And the total, all right, they're not giving us the taxes this time. But taxes is basically just the GST, so we'll add an extra, whatever. All the other ones haven't been too much more than about $15, so I'll add $16 onto that or something. That'll give me 100. Let's go. We'll go for $182. That would make $275. So 350 more, 354 minus what did I say? 275. So that's a $79 per night savings on that particular room. More expensive room, but still that's 354. It's still about a 22% savings on the room for the night. So I've found most of the discounts have been between 10 and 20%. There's been some less than 10%, and there's been some crazy ones up around 40 and 50%. But from my own experience with comparing, that 10 to 20% discount is the most common range. All right, guys, I'll leave that to you, and I'll see you in a couple of hours for the next Zoom, which will focus all on the trading side of things. Cheers, guys.